Matt Rhule doesn't want Nebraska's spring game televised because he thinks other teams are scouting that game to steal their players. It's really because last year we were one of the more televised spring games and I dealt with a lot of people offering our players a lot of opportunities after that. The word tampering doesn't exist anymore, it's just absolute free, open, common market. I don't necessarily want to open up to the outside world. I'm so back and forth on Matt Rhule because a lot of times he says and does things and I'm like, man, that is a great coach, that's a great human being, I really like him. During the season, he would give these speeches during press conferences about his players and how much he loves them and what he would do for them, and specific players who have been through some things, like one of the players I think lost their mother during the season, he gave a really touching speech about it. And I'm thinking, wow, that's a really great human being, that's a great coach, he's really down to earth, he does really care about his players. But then the very next week he'll go and say something like, my players were robbed of a bowl game last year because we should have beaten Michigan if they weren't cheating. Whether the score was 45-7 and this was complete physical domination, your team had absolutely no chance in this game no matter who knew whose plays. Suggesting that your team lost by 38 points with only one turnover solely because the other team knew some of your signs is absurd. And do you know what else is absurd and extremely soft? Saying we aren't going to have a spring game because some of our players might look good and other teams might want them. The great and proud Nebraska Cornhuskers, completely incapable of retaining their players if anybody else wants them. The fall off is insane.